Hi there, I'm John Bowman and I'm the Director of Customer Success at Jetpack Workflow. We're a startup based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we do workflow software for accountants. In customer success, we all use a ton of apps every day to do our jobs well, but it can sometimes be hard to find apps that do what you want to do or extend your abilities, so to speak. But that's why we're here. I'm going to be highlighting apps we use every day to make our lives easier in customer success. Just as a general disclaimer, I don't own any part of the apps that we're going to be talking about. I don't get a kickback from them anyway. I just use all these, and I've looked at a ton, and I know a lot that you can use well. And I just want to tell you about them because they're great and they make my life easier. So for our first walkthrough, we're going to be doing follow-ups. Follow-ups are kind of a funny thing. I don't know if you guys remember that Donald Rumsfeld quote where it's like you have known knowns, you have known unknowns, then you have unknown unknowns. Follow-ups are probably your unknown unknown because you never know you didn't follow up with somebody. You just kind of forget, right? Like the only way for you to know that you didn't follow up with somebody is you have to have a tool. And I use a tool for it. The tool I use is called Followup.cc. We're going to be reviewing that and doing a little walkthrough of it today just so that you can see how to use it, see how it can make your life easier. So without further ado, let's hop in. Okay, so navigate over to Followup.cc and you'll be able to take a look at what we have in store today. I use Followup.cc every single day. I use it every single day because it helps me to keep track of people that need to get back to me. So the whole basic idea here is every single time you send an email, you want to know if that person has not responded back to you. And Followup.cc helps you to do that. It does that by upgrading your inbox. As you can see here, we'll get a little bit more into it. But just as a general overview, Followup.cc, if we go to pricing, when we go to pricing here, on the annual plan, it's going to be $18 per month. Monthly, it's $23 per month. They also have a Salesforce edition, which can integrate with Salesforce, which is pretty cool as well. All right. So let's show you how this works. We're going to come here to my inbox. By the way, I snagged customer success apps at gmail.com, which is pretty darn good if you ask me. Feel free to send me an email if you want to. But if we click the compose button, when you click the compose button, it opens up a normal email prompt like we have here. You'll notice there's a little toolbar down here at the bottom. Okay, now the track option is always selected. It just is going to track, and anytime one of your recipients opens up an email you sent, it's going to notify you. That can be particularly handy, folks, if you ever find somebody hard to get on the phone, right? Because you can send an email, you can track that email. When they open up that email, you can see it, and when you see them open up your email, you know what you should do? Give them a call. Get them on the phone so you can talk with them. We're going to focus, though, on this follow-up option. See this follow-up option right here? When we click it, it gives you a number of options to pick from. Later today, tomorrow, 2 days, etc. Weekdays, reoccurring reminders. I'm going to pick the date and the time. So today is the 25th, right? It's about 8:33 p.m. We're going to put this for, let's say, 8:35 p.m. We're going to save that. I'm also going to send it to myself. There we go. And we're just going to say, testing out follow-ups. Oops, follow-ups. I'm not the best typer when people are watching. So, hi there. Look at me. I'm a follow-up, right? So we're going to send that out, and we're going to click perfect. All right. Now that follow-up has been sent. Followup.cc also has a Google Chrome extension. There's a Chrome extension up here. It integrates with your Gmail account so that you can see this nice handy dandy little button where it's going to show you, oh look, we've got a reminder today. If we click, we can see that reminder that's coming up. It's coming back at 8:35 p.m. That's pretty darn cool. All right, so you can always close that out. Obviously, sometimes I honestly don't like seeing that just because there's going to be a lot in there, but you can remove it fairly easily as well. If we click the compose button, we're going to come back and we're going to move on to the send later option because the send later option is actually pretty darn self-explanatory. It's exactly what it says it does, right? Send this in 2 days, send this next week, send it a week from, obviously pick a date and time, all that kind of stuff. You understand. Very, very easy to do, okay? We're now, though, going to discard this draft, and we're going to take a look at the inbox. If we refresh the inbox by clicking so, you can see, oh, look, me, follow-up pending, testing out follow-ups. Do you see how that worked? It automatically sent me this reminder. It automatically showed back up in my inbox because the other person didn't respond back to my email. This is what I mean by unknown unknowns. You don't know how many people are not responding back. I mean, you might have some idea, right? You can just remember, oh, I'm supposed to hear from Tom at this date and time. Or you can use a tool like Followup.cc to help keep track of that, okay? So we open this up, you can see the original email, and then this is the follow-up reminder to let you know, oh, okay, great. Now there's another great option here as well. Notice it says snooze for 30 minutes. Snooze is exactly what it sounds like. You can say, I'll get to that in 30 minutes, not a problem. We'll hit this back button here. If we want to, we can always select it as well. And there's another snooze option up here. We can take a particular email and we can say, I'm going to get to that in a few days, next week, date and time, whatever it is that you want to do, okay? But we're going to move on to my favorite one, my favorite feature of Followup.cc. And my favorite feature of Followup.cc is the auto follow-up cadence. Do you see this thing that says auto follow-up? I love the auto follow-up cadence. This is going to save you so much time. It's wonderful, folks. You're going to click this auto follow-up and cadence. And you're going to click the edit auto follow-up template. So if you click that, when we click it, it's going to log us into our Followup.cc account. And when we're there, we can click the default, right? We don't have anything in here, but you can see, okay, wait 1 day. We've got the original email. Wait 1 day. If nobody replies, send this email, right? And you can edit that and change it. If no one replies to that, we're going to wait 3 more days and we're going to send this email. And then we're going to wait 3 more days and we're going to send this email, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. But you can make these as long as you want. You can make a giant email chain, right? You can make a follow-up chain that lasts for the next year, until the person finally responds back to you. Follow-up shows hustle, right? And this is a great way to sort of fake that hustle a bit by just creating this auto follow-up drip campaign. And obviously you can write these to reflect, just general things like here, hey there, I know you're busy, moving this back to the top of your inbox, right? Or curious if you're getting this email or if it's not sending for some reason, right? We all know that we send emails and then people get them. If not, obviously you'd get that Mailer Damien thing. But again, you can write these and make them say anything you want, just checking in, wanting to make sure you got my email. Put people on this cadence, and like I said, make this cadence as long as you think is prudent. But customer success is similar to sales in that you want to follow up with people until you get a yes or a no, right? You got to continue to do that, and this tool is really, really going to help you to do that. So my major reason for liking Followup.cc is because it has that auto follow-up feature, right? That's the thing that's going to be saving you tons of time. But it really gets back to the thing that we said at the beginning, where you have those known knowns, those known unknowns, and those unknown unknowns, right? And right now, your follow-ups are probably in that unknown unknowns factor because you don't remember what you're not following up about. You have to use a tool in order to keep you honest. And this tool not only is going to keep you honest, but it can automate the process of following up with the person so that you can at least get back that response that you're going to need from them. So thank you for joining me today. Again, we're going to be bringing you another one very soon here. I believe my next one that I'm going to do is on a little app called Momentum. So take a look at that if you have some free time. If not, just wait for our next installment of apps you can use every day in your customer success career.